They don't tell you what the air feels like before war begins. I was just a farm boy when the country started tearing itself apart. Neighbors stopped talking. Friends chose sides. And suddenly, the land I grew up on felt like a battlefield waiting to happen. I didn't fully understand why we were fighting. I just knew I had to choose a side. When I enlisted, I thought I was brave. Truth is, I was terrified. The uniform felt heavy even before the battle. The gun felt colder than I expected. Around me were boys who looked just like me trying to act like men. We smiled, joked, and pretended we weren't scared of what was coming. My first battle was nothing like the stories. The sound of cannon fire was deafening. The ground shook like the earth itself was angry. Smoke covered everything. I couldn't see 5 feet in front of me. All I could hear was screams, gunshots, and officers yelling orders I barely understood. I remember the smell more than anything. Smoke, sweat, mud, and something darker. I saw a man fall right next to me. 1 second he was standing, the next he was gone. I froze. My hands shook so badly I almost dropped my rifle. That was the moment I stopped feeling like a boy. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into years. Hunger became normal. Cold nights felt endless. Letters from home were rare, but when they came, I read them over and over. I could barely remember what peace felt like. All I knew was marching, digging trenches, and waiting. One battle that never left me was Gettysburg. The noise was unreal. Thousands of men moving like one giant wave of fear. I ran when they told me to run. I fired when they told me to fire. I stopped thinking. I stopped feeling. I just survived. I wasn't fighting a monster. I was fighting other men just like me. Some wore blue, some wore gray. But when I looked into their eyes, I saw fear, confusion, and homesickness. It made me wonder how we all ended up here, pointing guns at people who felt the same. By the end of the war, I wasn't the same person. I felt older than my years. My hands were rough. My heart felt heavy. I had seen too much. I had lost friends I could still hear in my dreams. Silence felt louder than battle. When I finally walked back home, the fields looked the same, but I didn't. People asked me what it was like. I never knew how to answer. How do you explain fear, loss, and survival to someone who never smelled gunpowder or heard a cannon scream? Even now, I can still hear it. The gunfire, the shouting, the silence after. The war ended, but it never really left me. It lives in my memories, my dreams, and the quiet moments when the world slows down. This wasn't just history. This was my life.